first. Mr. Period and Flags,
Yeah.
fellow.
Well,
you feel that the analyst team haven't been tested enough?
I think that they all sit there and they think they know it all. So I've got some questions, thanks to Knoxville, who's prepared these. Let's just see how smart you guys are. Paul, perhaps you could keep score.
All right.
Okay.
I'm running this down.
Okay, so I'll ask a question. You each get a turn to answer, right? So question 1. At the start of today, which team has killed the most couriers, group stage and main event combined? Merlini, your guess.
You should definitely know this, Ben.
Come
this
on.
is important.
I will go with MVP Phoenix.
Okay, your guess, Winter?
I remember someone killing the couriers. But like Vichy.
Okay, your guess?
Secret.
The correct answer is Cloud9 with 12. So that's 0 points.
We were close.
Techie says only...
Can we
Question
hold
2.
the game up at all? Because this might take a while.
One match. Who played it and who did they lose to?
What was the question?
What was the
Techie
question?
says only lost one match. Who played it and who did they lose to?
Complexity versus Secret.
Complexity Secret.
I'm going to go with the...
Yeah, well, they all get a point for
All
that.
right, okay. Fine.
Which team has been in the longest and shortest game of the tournament?
Cloud9.
Cloud9?
Cloud9.
Okay. Winter?
It has to be Cloud9 or IG, but I think it's Cloud9.
I cast the longest game, and that was Cloud9
I think
at that
IG.
point, unless there's been a longer that I missed.
Fnatic.
Fnatic.
Longest was over 97. The shortest was 21 minutes. 20.
Oh, they actually...
One more question.
Oh, Fnatic
One
was
more,
against them.
one last
more.
one.
It was
Get a
Team
tiebreaker
Fnatic.
because you've all useless so far. Got
Right.
1 point.
Which player has the most assists in a single game of the main event?
First one to get it right.
Start with
FY.
Vaga.
It's actually hard to guess.
Well, you got like 2 seconds.
I think it's F1.
It's Universe's Tusk against Complexity. 32 assists.
All right. So out of 3 questions, everyone got
1 point.
out
We'll
of
have to have some decider around it.
Yeah, we'll come back to that at some point.
You guys suck.
Guys that don't suck are currently sitting in the pods, ready to play against each other, or almost ready to play. These two teams, this should be a fun match, shouldn't it? From our point of view, from the neutrals' point of view, but for them, obviously, much of stress. Virtus Pro versus Secret.
Probably really stressful for Seb, too. He's going to be in tears after one of these European teams go home.
Yeah, he was awful yesterday after, or day before last, wasn't it? When the Chinese team and the Korean teams were dominating. He went home very miserable.
It's a bad day for him.
It was a bad day. So we'll start with Virtus Pro. So how do you assess what they've done so far? Because they were actually quite a little bit unlucky not to get out of the groups into the upper part of the bracket. Lost that playing game against Empire, and now they've kind of got a bit of momentum through the lower bracket.
I think they're a good mix in between like the Western playstyle and the 5-man playstyle that we typically see from the Chinese teams. Like they utilize Naga Siren, I think, very, very well, which is a trademark of Secret and EG. At the same time, they group up as 5 and can take down towers and can breach high ground very early, similar to how Secret does. And I don't know, they're a good mix.
Yeah, for me, I feel they have one issue. Like during the match versus Complexity, they shown sign of weakness. Even though when they're so far ahead, they make mistakes, and like, even in the tiebreakers as well. So if you make a mistake against Secret, you know what's going to happen.
They're definitely going to push it. Very quickly, Team Secret bounced back yesterday. It was good to see them come back. They hadn't won a game at that point at the main event, obviously having lost in the upper bracket series. Now they've won. Is that the momentum kicker they needed?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to go all the way. I believe, we have it right here.
Okay, it's out.
That's it.
No bias on the panel.
So Denmark's stepping
Hardly
up.
biased, no.
I think if there's one guy, RTZ apparently can change the meta by picking one hero. He picks Luna, and all of a sudden we've seen more things. We've seen.
It was How.
Yeah, How started.
I thought RTZ picked it.
Hold on, hold it there, because we're going to get into the draft very shortly.
Was it How? Well, if there's one guy who can change the messaging around.
Virtus Pro versus Team Secret.
Okay, now you can carry on.
I think you're doing great, Perian.
Shut up.
Was that the tiebreaker question?
Yeah, that was the tiebreaker. Congratulations, Lily.
It helps if the quizmaster has the correct answers.
Yeah.
Someone forgot to give you.
Yeah. Thanks, Knoxville.
Anyway, we are into the draft. For Virtus Pro versus Team Secret, game 1, of course, it is a best of 3. But a reminder for you, it is lower bracket. So win this one, you're in the top 6, guaranteed. Outside of it, you finish 7th to 8th.
Lena has to be addressed, I think. either first pick or first ban, I would say.
I think Naga as well. Like both the teams play a very good Naga, so I feel like the team on the second pick, kind of has to ban it.
I think you ban it against Secret though, unless you, as you say, you could maybe go to it, but then you're also giving away strong heroes such as Lina. I think if you play against Secret, just ban Naga, honestly. They utilize it too well.
But it depends on the trade-off like you're getting, how much you're getting for the Naga though. If it's a 1-for-1, it's still alright. But if you're giving away 2 heroes, then you have to reconsider.
Well, obviously, but I think if you give away a combination for Lina into something can be extremely dangerous. So that's why I say it. Picking up the Naga first might be not worth it. You see Naga not being banned, Lina as well, and Queen of Pain in the mix still. Along with Undying and Tusk, some of
I think Naga's better than Lina. I would rather have Naga than Lina personally.
I believe it's going to be a first pick, yeah.
So say VP starts with a Naga. Secret will reply with Lina +1.
10 seconds remaining.
Which Lina Bounty Hunter was what they went for yesterday.
5 seconds remaining.
They could go for a lot of different things. I think they're going to wait with the support picks a little bit. At least Puppy's hero.
Maybe the Wyvern or the Dazzle.
Yeah, exactly. They could go for Wyvern.
Or Darkseer, actually.
Darkseer is possible.
Lina. Darkseer.
Oh, what a surprise.
What do you think that they answer with here? Because obviously having Nagasari, you have the choice to go for combinations. We haven't seen a lot of people use the Disruptor much at all.
Yeah, it's like mostly because he's weak in the lane though. Like he somewhat falls into the category of Lion, very weak at the start.
I don't think he's Lion weak in laning phase.
Yeah, he's not as weak as Lion, but at the same time he doesn't do very well if it's a pressure lane against 2 durable strength heroes.
I don't know. He can contribute quite a bit. He has 160 damage on his level 1 nuke, which is more than almost any hero. So early game, I think it's really strong. It's more that he doesn't bring as much damage into the ganks. That's what I think is the...
Yeah, he doesn't do damage. That's the main thing before he has his ultimate. And we see VP going against with their classic Naga Silencer. They control the whole team fight of the game with these 2 heroes.
Yeah, you can silence or song. You can always disjoint. Extremely valuable against Darkseer as well. So this is a good setup for Virtus Pro. Secret have to be aware of that.
Yeah, but we
have something stable.
When we saw the Silencer yesterday, I think it was the game where Complexity picked Chen. Chen could be a hero that actually gives Silencer problems in the early laning phase. Like you can't really escape from a Chen gang if you're a Silencer.
But at the same time, have we seen Chen win a single game at main event? We've seen it played by amazing players. I mean, they ran it with Complexity, Team Secret, they played it with Puppy playing it, but they all lost.
I think we saw one at the group stage, maybe.
Yeah, at the group stage,
Yeah.
but...
It was only Puppy is the only one that's won on it, and that was back in the group stage. They just had 3 losses and 1 win.
We saw Silencer have a really tough time versus Brood. I know that they have Darkseer already as an offlaner, but you know, if you're Secret, you could pull a mind game. Hey, we're gonna pick Darkseer, make you not ban Brood.
I mean, Brood mid.
Yeah,
you can put the Brood mid against the Silencer if you want to.
Against Secret, you kind of have to ban the Brood. Zaya has played it so well in the group stage, it's just terrifying. And especially when you run the Silencer Naga yourself, it's not good heroes against it.
Because you're not really team fighting at all, which is where these 2 heroes excel. You don't even get to that phase of the game generally.
No, she just takes over and makes you play, like similarly to how we saw Teki destroy a game in last game, or yesterday. Broodmother can also just change how you play Dota. Oh, they're actually going to ban out the Luna hero that has been popularized.
I mean, to be fair, Secret has the Darkseer, which is played by the same person. So with the Brood, so there's also a likely chance that Secret would not actually want to go into the Brood.
Maybe.
I mean, they could always run it as like a 4 though, right?
You mean the Darkseer?
Yeah.
I mean, when you have Darkseer, I feel your job has to be somewhat team fight focused. Darkseer and Brood, it's like they're opposite of each other. They don't do the same thing in the game.
They crush Silencer.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Like, if you have the Brood, it's just solely for the laning purposes against the Silencer, but you have to be on that lane for that to happen.
Oh, we're gonna see a Shaker or something coming up here. They need a quick hero that can work before the silence comes off. I just wonder what they want to go for here, Secret. I think Shadow Fiend is... Well, Shadow Fiend was banned. That would have been such a good hero for them to have. Something along that line. Could be a great carry for him.
I think maybe Spirit Breaker can work very well against Silencer because, like, when the ultimate of Silencer is down, the weakness is it's a long cooldown. So you want to have heroes that take very good fights in skirmishes, fight very well in in small skirmishes. So you make the best of when the cooldowns are down for the silencer and the Naga.
Shaker.
Yeah, that's a good way to approach it. They do have the low cooldown combination though from just Fisher, Light Strike Array, Dragon Slave. That's very often enough to kill a hero. So at least they have that going now with the Shaker coming in. What do you make of this draft, Perion? Do you like it?
I hate Silencer with a passion. He's one of my most hated heroes to play against.
What hero do you love? Because I know you.
I love Darkseer and Earthshaker.
Yeah?
They're my jam.
So you're on Secret on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Lina too, but for different reasons.
All right.
Her versatility, guys, come on.
Of course.
Keep it professional. For Christ.
Yeah, the fact that she can be mid or support, that's what you were going
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Overpowered hero.
Yeah, that's
in more ways than one. Because of her versatility. Anyway, Silencer, yeah. Well, I don't like heroes like this that ruin the fact that casting spells is kind of a big part of this game. Like, if you have to get an Orchid or something, I get it. You know, you get a payoff, that's the payoff. But Silencer makes an entire team just like, well, good luck.
You can just play like Wraith King or something.
Yeah. Well, that's my jam right there. You know that.
Lone Druid, the counter.
Skeleton King.
Shout out to my man Plague. He's the best Lone Druid player I know. Apart from, you know, Bulldog.
Some tryhard. All right, so we're going to see more Rubik. I think after people saw FY, they're just going, oh, I want to play it too. You know, honestly,
there's a problem there, though. They're not FY.
Well, they can dream. They can dream. It is a very nice...
fantastic yesterday, though, as well, wasn't it?
It is a very nice game to play it, though. There's a Lina in the enemy team. There's a Shaker. Even Darkseer, you can make use of his Vacuum or his Wall in some cases. It's not terrible spells. Surge can work also early game.
Do you think like the third place Rubik pick is like saying, okay, you've got some good spells to steal, and now you probably aren't going to want to pick any more heroes that have good spells to steal? So it's sort of like a stopper.
Yeah, because Secret are kind of going into some combination draft here, right? Which is hard against the Silencer and Naga already, but now there's also Rubik to steal the big spells that are going to go into this. Because this type of draft, honestly, you wouldn't be surprised to see more huge spells coming out from Secret.
What do you do against a Silencer? Like, what's the? I mean, apart from Lone Druid, like you were saying.
Get on top of him. That's how you gotta approach it. You have to have a hero that can close the distance. That's why I like the ban by Virtus Pro to ban out the PL in the second phase. Because that's one of those heroes that are hard to deal with.
I think you can just end the game early too. Like if they mess up one ulti, that ulti is like super long cooldown. Something like Lycan, you know, can push high ground very early.
Right.
130 seconds to end the game sometimes can be enough. Like just one team fight outside the base where you waste ulti, you have 2 full minutes to regroup and push base. So there's a lot of pressure on the Silencer player always to time his ulti perfectly.
Yeah.
Winter, you've been very quiet. What are you thinking about?
He's strategizing.
He is.
Well, I'm thinking the same thing as Ben as well. I feel like if you have such a hard team fight to go in, you can probably just go into more speed push, like what he mentioned before the Lycan. I think the Tusk here would actually mean that it's probably going to be a Tusk plus Darkseer, I feel, the double Iron Shell Snowball. And if Silencer happens to be on the safe lane, he's going to have trouble against that. It's going to be very easy to kill him.
They picked the Tusk for the same reason that you suggested a Spirit Breaker. They want initiation, they want someone to fight with low cooldown, small fight, skirmishes all over the map is what Secret seem to be going for.
Yeah, and break him down in the early lane. A lot of times we see Silencer with completely uncontested farm, and he is really weak in the early game, I would say. Especially with the 0-2-2 build. Like, you're not going to be orbing people in a 3-on-3 situation, because you might just die.
The Hans isn't here, so I will